course.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You have to do your best.
How much backing did you have left by the time you managed to turn it?
I'm sure there were at least 300 yards of backing work.
Oh, okay, so you weren't going to get spooled.
No, there was never a danger of that, I don't think. But on the other hand, that's where the skipper and the mate and the angler have really got to be incredibly coordinated.
Right.
The mate's got to make sure that the fighting chair, although you're not using a fighting chair in the traditional, conventional way, but still it enables you to maintain some balance because you're holding the rod.
Yeah.
You don't have a fighting belt unless you have a fly rod that's got a gimbal butt, and there are very few, but some like the Capt Seglers are made like that. I was using a Thomas rod, which is a great rod, but it's got a bulb type of butt, so butt section. So you've got that in your pelvis, and you're hanging on for dear life until you can start to regain some life. But at every stage of the way, what the skipper does is critical. What the mate does is critical. And so it's very much a team effort.
It's a team sport.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why in some parts of the world where language is an issue, it can be a very big issue. And it was helpful to me that your Hollywood speaks very good English when you're having a language problem.
Yeah.
And there are, honestly speaking, there are parts of the world, including I've fished in Mexico a lot, where some of the mates or pongueros just think fly fishing is a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
And they will tolerate it, but they won't really make the effort to do it because they don't believe that you can catch a really big fish
Right.
on a fly. They haven't seen it done, therefore they're skeptics. So your guys, I think, now are even more believers than they were before.
They had a ball.
Yeah.
They thought it was so exciting.
Yeah.
But hard work.
Definitely
hard work. Yeah.
2 hours and 20 minutes to get her. And we had this beautiful blue at the side of the boat with the leader.
Hollywood was telling me he came to the boat 12 times and he couldn't hold it. He couldn't hold it, and then the fight was back on again.
And it was not only on again, but it was each time when she took off, it was violent and sudden.
He said he felt like he could caught 12 Marlin that day.
Yeah. It really was extraordinary. And each time back into the backing again.
Right.
So,
and the sea conditions?
Actually, for the exception of one day, we've had really moderate seas since I've been here. We had one day the wind came up, and for a while we had 6-foot swells. But the rest of the time, it's been 2 to 3 foot.
Panama we've been going 14 years now, and we've lost 7 days through to bad weather in 14 years. It's because of the Gulf of Chiriqui is very sheltered.
Right.
So big seas here are probably 3.5 feet.
Yeah.
It's enough to make it uncomfortable if the wind comes up, but it's not like what most of us call big seas back home.
No. Nothing like what we get in Hong Kong.
And also we have all the options here. If it was too rough or the bite went off at Isla Montusa or Hannibal Bank, then there's always Coiba, there's Isla Mendoza,
Right.
Ladrones, Secas Islands,
Incredible
and then you got all
variety.
the mangroves and everything. So there's always something on the bite, which is good.
Yeah.
So that was a hell of an achievement. And then was it the next day you got something even bigger?
Yeah, it was a
450-pound black marlin.
They reckoned it was about a 415 black. I got a good look. It was definitely a black. I'm not good at estimating. I was so busy concentrating on the fly and set and hook set that I wouldn't judge the size.
Well, your marlin that you called the blue marlin was since Hollywood has been working for the club for about 10 years. Was number 966 marlin he's brought to the boat, and he's chasing hard for his number 1,000. So if he calls it 450, I believe him.
Yeah. Well,
but they said, man, this thing just went. This thing just went.
The black took off. It was well hooked. I had a pretty clean hook set, but it just took off, and eventually, after a series of jumps, we broke off. So I'm going to blame that in my rigging.
Well, he's still out there. And we only do catch and release on billfish here, so it'll be.
I would always do
It'll be 5:50 when you come back.
Yeah. Okay.
He's there waiting for you.
And I will be back. Yeah.
Okay, so wrapping up, because I know you've got a plane to catch. Are there any final tips or things you'd like to share?
For the anglers.
Yeah, for any fly anglers or any anglers coming down really.
I would say for the fly fisherman that's looking to catch big fish on the fly, this is an extraordinary location. I might bring a 12 weight, but one of the things.
Well, we have 12. We have 12 and 14 weights here at the club.
Right. My impression, though, maybe it's just this week, but there've been so many marlin caught that if I were coming back, I would.
I mean, the marlin fishing this week it has just been off the charts.
It has.
And yeah, your timing was very good.
Yeah. But I think as the go-to rod here, if this is typical of your fishing, I wouldn't use anything other than a 14 weight, because you can certainly catch a sail on that. But I don't think. And I had a 12 weight with me in the end when my rod showed up, but it would have been undergunned because you don't know. You could. The sail could
you could be on a 600, 800 Panama, you know.
Yeah.
So you never know, you know.
So I'd go 14 for starters, and then maybe.
Okay. All right. Also, you came, as you say, you brought everything but the kitchen sink. What would you be bringing on your return? Will you come armed to the teeth, or will you cut it down a little?
I would cut down. I brought some lighter weight rods just in case for the inshore, and the inshore fishing is fun, but the offshore fishing here is so phenomenal that I think I would continue to be focused on that. I'd probably leave some of the smaller stuff behind. I wouldn't leave any of the big stuff behind. I would err on the size of
you get
heavy
bigger
duty,
if
so
anything.
14 to 16 weight, that sort of thing.
We had one guy here who said he was going to go and get himself a 20 weight, mate. You know.
It can be done. It can be done.
Well, if you come in August, September, when the big females come in to spawn, and they're, you know, the fish are averaging 500 to 800 pounds, and they go bigger occasionally. The marlin aren't so prolific, but when you get one, it's a big one. And last August, September was fantastic. And it was off, September especially was off the charts. Whereas the preceding year, they didn't come in for some reason. But we got a bonus because we had a second run of these monster tuna of 200, 300, 400 pounds. Which was a good consolation prize. I'm trying to think if there's any other bits and bobs before we let you go.
Well, it's been a wonderful week, and I thank you and
a good hat, some good shades, and sunblock is always a good idea as well. It gets hot out there.
It does get
out. Okay, well, Tom, it's been a pleasure. Congratulations on certainly a first for Panama big game, and from what the skippers are saying, a first for the area. Of capturing a nice 300-pound blue on the fly. Outstanding effort.
It's a team effort.
Well,
many thanks, Mr.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a great week.
Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.